Hi, I'm Steph Beals, a client partner at New Leaf Training and Development, and I'm here with my fellow colleague, Paul Butler, also a client partner at New Leaf, and we're going to talk about leading others. Paul, what can you tell us about this program?
Yeah, thanks, Steph. Delighted to be here. It's really from some pretty extensive research that we've done, looking at really what are the roots of effective leaders. And the first four roots are really categorized as managing yourself. And the second four roots are in the category of influencing others. And the ninth really is how do you sustain that level of effectiveness over time?
Nice, thank you. Thanks for that concise answer. Tell me, how will participants who attend this benefit from this class?
I often think that leadership is essentially influence, and how there's two types of leadership within an organization. There's capital L leadership, when you've got formal, explicit authority. And then there's lowercase l leadership, which is informal, implicit authority. So hopefully, at a bare minimum, this program is going to help people better influence others. And worthy of reflection upon what I mentioned in your first question, that I found that great leaders, regardless of their level in the organization, is if they're really good at managing themselves, they then kind of earn the right to be able to be of influence to others. And again, it's a very rich program, very participatory, full of very practical exercises, and we always get great feedback from the participants.
Great. Well, Paul, will you tell us a little bit about the credibility that you have to speak to this subject?
Well, thanks, Steph. Like you, I'm really a student of leadership. I like to think that I really love reading about leadership, and hopefully I've been in the trenches, as it were, as leadership. I realized very early on, my father said to me when I was about 16 or 17, I didn't know what I wanted to do for school or college. And my mother and father both said to me, you'll never be able to lead others until you can manage yourself. And I found that to be so true. And I've always had that inquisitive mind about the power of leadership. And of course, it can be used for good and it can be used for bad. I've certainly worked with and for some incredibly effective leaders. And I've certainly worked with and for some what I would call mediocre managers. And I make that distinction intentional. So in some, I'm a student of this subject. It really fascinates me. And again, I think there's good examples and bad examples that we can all, and I know that you and I have learned from over the years.
Yeah. Thanks, Paul. And lastly, would you just share a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm originally from California, as I'm sure you can tell. Totally bilingual.
Totally.
Totally. Yeah, I'm originally from England. If anyone's ever been to England, I'm from pretty close to Stratford upon Avon, where Shakespeare's from. Been married since 1994. We've been blessed with two children who are now adults and are officially off the payroll. Absolutely love living in the United States. And a couple of hobbies that my wife and I have is we're so excited about summertime, because what we do is we take Monday off every all of the weeks of the summer, and we try and find a different beach that we haven't been to before, and we just love that. So that's a little bit about me personally.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Paul. Such a great great idea. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Thanks again for sharing all of this with us.
Thank you, Steph.